I do the same thing. I'm like, yep, sorry you weren't there tonight. There wasn't a recording.
Like, oh, I got the last 10 minutes of it. Does that help? Hope you guys brought paper and a pen to take notes. I am just so pumped. Also, I don't know if you guys watched my live video this morning, but so we qualified for Elite, and they're going to be calling Kristi. They're making the calls tomorrow, right? No, Thursday. Yeah, to find out where our team ranked. So top 100. Send the vibes. Send the vibes. I think we got it. We worked really hard this year.
So is that 3-time elite?
2-time.
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 Awesome. Congrats.
Yeah, I know. We left in early. Like, I want to say it was August. We locked it in pretty early. Last year, it was seriously 6 weeks before we were supposed to qualify at like 11:30 p.m. That's when we like locked it in. It was very last minute, but we did it. So I'm super excited and to celebrate these ladies because of the fact that there's no way that this team would even be here if it weren't for them. As you know, as a leader of an incredible team. Okay, ladies, I'm going to go ahead and get started. So I want to introduce our speaker, our very first speaker. She's going to really like bring it tonight. Kristi Krosner. Did I say your last name right? Kristi Krosner.
Yeah, Krosner.
Krosner. Sorry. You guys, listen to this. She's a superstar coach, a 3-star in her second, well, in one in CBC, a 2-star in another CBC, and a 1-star in another. Like, she has many CBCs.
And 5-star in my second.
5-star. Oh, sorry, I forgot that. Just can't keep up. And then Kristi is an 8-star or 8-time elite coach. She's in the Legacy Club, which used to be the Million Club. And she has been in Success Club for 116 months consecutively. She didn't skip out. Nope. So I am here to introduce you guys to Kristi Krosner. Did I say it right? Sorry. So welcome to our team call, and whenever you're ready, we would just love to hear you speak.
Awesome. When she puts all that out there, it makes me nervous. I am so excited to be here with you guys tonight. Congrats again on Elite. That's an incredible accomplishment. All of those accolades that she just rattled off, I didn't start for any of that. I didn't start for Superstar Diamond. I didn't start to become an 8-time elite coach. I didn't start to hit Millions Club. I started this just because I wanted to pay off my student loans. That's it. I was living paycheck to paycheck. I worked in finance. I lived in San Luis Obispo, one of the most expensive places in California. It's probably in comparison to San Francisco and LA, but they pay you 50% of what you can earn in San Francisco and LA. So you basically are living paycheck to paycheck no matter what job you have there. And I was looking for something just to do on the side. I thought about going into personal training. I had overcome a suicidal depression by fitness and nutrition basically had saved my life, and a friend invited me, coming and getting me out of bed to do a workout. So if you have ever seen my Instagram or Facebook, people are like, there's no way she was ever overweight. Weights are my jam, love building muscle, love abs. But when I started working out, I hated it all. 10-minute workouts was the max. I did it 4 days a week. It was miserable. And I was just doing it for my mental health, really, and to get better and to find happiness again. And so when my coach invited me to the coach opportunity, I actually saved her message. I was like, or her email. I was like, that sounds cool, but I'm busy. I was working full time. I was training for an Ironman another 20 hours a week. I was going back to get my master's. Just had quite a few things going on. And I was like, yeah, it sounds cool. I'll save it. I'll look into it later. she followed up with me. I was probably the easiest enrollment, but she didn't allow my ghosting to deter her. She sent a follow-up. She said, hey, do you want to get on the phone? And I was like, yeah, why not? I'll schedule an appointment with you. I'll show up for a phone call. And we got on the phone. She had shared with me, she had worked for Microsoft. She was earning $1,500 a month. She had been doing this for 3 years. I was like, sweet, $1,500 a month would be incredible. Part-time, 3 years in, no big deal, pay off my student loans. I get to travel. I love it. I'm all about it. She said they gave us customers. I'm like, let's do it. And then my first month as a coach, my coach disappeared about week 2. She just kind of stopped showing up. And so I was like, I don't know what I'm doing here. There's no training. There was no training in the coach office. Basically, when you enrolled as a coach, they sent you this little welcome coach book. And in it, there was what was called a 10 game plan commitment. No business tracker. It's just like, do these things and do your personal development. And I was like, I don't know what that is. So we'll cross that out. I don't need to do that one. And then the next one was like, invite 2 to 5 people a day. I was like, well, I really suck at this and no one's going to say yes to me. So I'm going to go like 15 to 20 because I don't think 2 to 5 is getting me anywhere. So cross that thing off. It was like, okay, follow up. Got it. Continue to follow up with people. Okay. There was something else that I was like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. But then I opened up my social media. I hadn't been on social media in 3 years. Did not have an Instagram. I had 200 friends on Facebook. And I put out my first post. It got 0 likes. Pretty much my first year of posting, I would get 1 to 2 likes. Most of the time it was 0. And so this coach disappeared. I invited 400 people that month. That's 15 people about a day. Don't be overwhelmed if you're a new coach. You can easily go find 15 people on social media who are looking for health and fitness. 3 said yes. 400 invites, 3 said yes. I earned Success Club and I was so excited. I was like, I don't care. I don't care that 397 other people either ghosted me or didn't respond to me. 3 people told me, yes, I get to help them. I'm so pumped about this. And then month 2, I started getting like dreaming bigger. I was hearing the National Coach Wake Up Call. People were leaving their full-time jobs. I was like, wait, that's my goal. I don't want a boss. I don't want a time clock. I don't want a boss telling me when I can take vacation, when I have to be to work. Like, I'm a hard worker, but I've been with this job for 5 years and they told me in 5 years I'd be making 6 figures and I'm not even close. So these people are earning 6 figures over here. I want that. I want to work part-time and build this to a full-time income and leave my job. Like, immediately my vision got bigger. But then in month 2, coach disappearing, like helped 3 people. I looked at my coach office, most everything in it said 0. And I thought, who am I to be successful? Like, I don't have a social media following. Nobody cares what I'm posting on social media. I invited 400 people and 3 said yes. Like, great, I'm helping them. But am I really going to build something beyond that to 6 figures? And so just the idea of I had this big vision for my life, and then how am I going to get there became so overwhelming that I almost gave up. But I took a step back and I asked myself 2 questions. One was, okay, quit. Where are you going to be in the next 5 years? I was like, in the next 5 years, I'm going to be in the exact same place searching for this dream of mine that's in the back of my head because society told me it doesn't exist. And here's this gift in front of me that tells me it does. And I just have to believe in my ability to figure it out. Or I could do that. That was option 2. Like, believe in my ability to figure it out and get to work. Didn't know what that looks like. Don't know how long it's going to take, but I'd rather spend my time going after the life I want to build than spend my time stuck in fear being the exact same in another 5 years. So many people live their life in fear. And they're so fearful of failing or it not happening fast enough that they're actually keeping themselves stuck in the exact thing they're afraid of. And so I didn't want to be that person either. So month 2, I wanted to go diamond because if you hit diamond in 90 days, you could earn the Success Club trip back then. And I was like, cool, I'm hitting diamond in 90 days for that trip. I want the trip. I haven't been on a vacation in a long time. And I need to do it in 60 days. Well, the universe, God, whatever you believe in, decided I was going to be tested in month 2. I was working full time. My grandfather was passing away. We were going on vacation for a week to meet my in-laws. They weren't my in-laws at the time. Going to meet my in-laws. And we were moving. My husband and I, boyfriend at the time, we were moving out in together. So all of these things, moving, a death, vacation, full-time, part-time business, training for an Ironman, it would have been really easy to put my business on the back burner. And I think this is where a lot of people it's not that you can't be successful if you put your business on the back burner. You can choose to restart and recommit at any time. But in that moment, that is really what separated my success. It happened at a faster rate that I wanted it to than going at a slower rate. And it was, life was throwing everything at me, but I stayed focused on the vision that I had. And every day got in my invites, every day got in those income producing activities. Was not perfect, but every week, and this is probably going to overwhelm some people, but every week for 9.5 years, I have invited at least 100 people per week without missing. If I go on vacation, I invite 200 people the week before so I can take that week off. But on average, 100 people a week for 9.5 years. That's planting a lot of seeds. And I could have in that month said, like, this is a lot. Grandfather's passing away. I have to travel home to say goodbye, then go on vacation and go back, like all this stuff. I got up early. I got up every day at 3:30, 4 a.m. Sounds crazy, but it was temporary. It wasn't a season. It was that month. And I made Diamond happen. And the reason why I'm sharing that with you is because I had no idea that I could make Diamond happen. I had only earned Success Club my first month. But that was huge because since I have had coaches that have had the same thing happen to them. And I'm not kidding. I have a coach on my team. She started in month 2. She was going on vacation. She was moving. She lost her grandpa. She's a mom of 2, so she doesn't have the full-time job. And she said, because you showed up and showed me I could do it, or you could do it, I knew I could do it too. And in that moment, in that month, I could have put it on the back burner, but every decision we make in our business, in our life, does 2 things. It either builds your confidence or it decreases it. And I want to make sure that every decision I make is building my confidence to do the invites or not to do them. It's easy to be like, I'll do it in the morning, right? Like when people are starting their fitness journey, they're always like, oh, I want to eat all this crap tonight and I'll start tomorrow. Well, it just decreased their confidence because they ate all that crap and maybe they start tomorrow. But then the nighttime comes and they eat all the crap again. Like it's this cycle, and we have to make that commitment and decide. So when I have, and I'm going to get, there's so much I want to cover tonight. Okay. So I'm just going to get started. Anyways, month 2, hit Diamond. Year in, my part-time income with coaching surpassed my full-time income in the financial industry. I left my job at 1.5 years in. You guys, in my first year, I earned $6,000. Beachbody is not guaranteeing any level of success or income. And I share that because by year 4, I was in the millions club. Let that sink in. My first year, I have seen so many coaches that are like, I only earned $6,000 last year. And then they wonder why they're stuck. Like whatever we focus on expands. If you're like, that is not an attitude of gratitude, and you will just attract more of that shit to your life. Sorry if there's kids around. Like really, I was so grateful for $6,000 because that meant I got to pay my student loans. I was so grateful. My first month as a coach, I earned $70. The income is better now than it was back then. I earned $70 for enrolling 3 people my first month as a coach. And I was so, so grateful. And that, I'm going to get into that. I'm just going to go. So there's so many stories I could go on and tell. I hit 5-star Diamond. I don't know what year that was, my second year or something, fell all the way back down to Diamond. I always share those things because it looks so cool. The success looks so cool, but there's so many roadblocks and setbacks and struggles along the way. And guys, they are there to help you. Life is happening for you. It's not inspiring if someone gets on this call and says, I got to Superstar Diamond and it was just so easy. No, I fell from 5-star back to Diamond. It took me another year to get back there. And then I sat there for years at 5 to 7-star. So frustrating. And I just was believing in my ability to figure it out. The goal didn't change. I just needed to grow into the person that could make that goal happen. And a lot of that comes down to things I'm going to share with you guys tonight. So first off, I want to start by having you guys put in the chat, on a level of 1 to 10, how has your action been this week? How has your action been this week? And then on a scale of 1 to 10, how has your energy been this week? How has your action been? How has your energy been? Seven, energy 10, love it. Action 5. Action 6, energy 8. All right. See some of you still typing. Action 4, energy 6, action, energy 5, action 5, energy 7. Okay, pro tip, guys, you don't have to stay stuck there. You don't have to stay stuck. You don't have to stay stuck there. So something I do is actually when I start my day, I will say on a scale of 1 to 10, or at the end of the day, how was my action today? How was my energy? If my action or my energy is a little low, you want to know the coolest thing? You can change that. And so instead of saying like, gosh, my action sucks, I'm not doing what I said I was going to do, I'm not doing the activities I told myself I was going to do for today, how can you level up that action? Can you do better tomorrow? Can you do more invites? Can you schedule it out in your calendar? So energy, we can always level up our energy. I don't know what that is for you, but for me, if I have sucky energy, I know what to do. I'll ask myself, what are you going to do to level yourself up from a 7 to an 8? How are you going to bring better energy? You guys might not know this, but my aunt passed away from COVID about a week ago. It has not been easy for me. I mean, I break down probably like 10 times a day. I jump on a Zoom, I bring the energy. I can't even believe I said that without crying because I'm a mess most of the time. But energy is really important because the energy we put out there is what we get back. If you're doing invites with crappy energy, you're going to get crappy results. If you're out there saying, I want to build myself to diamond or star diamond or earn $500 or $1,000 a month or $10,000 a month, but inside you're like, yeah, but it's not going to happen. It's not, because it always comes down to that energy. And so we have to get better at asking ourselves better questions. Like, okay, no big deal. My energy sucks. I'm a 5 today, and some days you're just going to have bad days. But what can you do to make it better? For me, it's gratitude. If I am pissed off or annoyed or whatever it may be, or have a sucky attitude, I can go send messages to people on our team and say, hey, I just want to thank you for being a bright light on social media. Like whenever you pop up in my feed, it makes me smile, and I hope you know what you do matters. Something so simple. It makes me feel good to give to other people. On Sunday, my energy sucked. I was having a bad day. It was Sundays, I only work for about an hour. I was fine in the morning when I was doing activity. My action was a 10. And all I could think about was my aunt. And I was just miserable. And Sunday, there's this Sober Sunday workout locally. And one of my twin cousins, the one who lost his mom, is a recovered addict. And so there's this Sober Sunday workout, and none of my family takes care of their health except for my mom and grandma, which that's another story that I'm really proud of. And I'm so excited that we have this gift because my mom got COVID as well. And I don't think she would have made it if 6 years ago she didn't commit to her health. And I know we can't say that, but she was morbidly obese, and she takes such great care of herself because of coaching, because she saw me change other people's lives. And I 100% believe that she would have been in that hospital next to my aunt, because they got it together from each other, if she didn't commit. So back to our energy. So on Sunday, I knew I was so excited. I was so excited to do this for my cousins that they were going to like give me the opportunity to help them commit to their health and do this Sober Sunday workout. And two hours before, I just was dragging. Like, I felt so crappy, so shitty. I didn't want to be there. I didn't want to go. I just wanted to lay on the couch and do nothing. It's been a long week. I've been planning memorial services, and my family didn't get a Christmas, and just, it's the new year, like lots of stuff, right? But I knew, what makes me have better energy? And do I want to stay stuck in that place? Not really. It's like such an awful place. So I knew going and doing the workout with them would make me feel better. And it did. I brought so much joy because walking in, have you ever noticed if you walk into a room, especially people like not your spouse or significant other that you see every day, you want to bring your best energy. You want to bring good energy. So another thing I do is I actually usually start my morning, and this is probably would have helped that morning. I usually start my morning on Instagram with a story with me drinking my Energize every morning. So simple. One, it's because I suck at stories and I don't do them regularly, and I've built a business without them. Not saying you shouldn't use them, you should, because they've also helped me help a lot of people. But that helps stacking my habit. If you guys have ever read Atomic Habits, stacking my habit of drinking my Energize and doing a story helps me to make sure I have a story up every day. Well, I didn't do a story that morning. When I do a story, when I'm drinking my Energize, I always bring better energy because I know there are other people that don't know me already on the other side of that. So that helps me level up my energy. So think of ways for you that you can revert back to that say, okay, my energy might not be great today. How do I bring better energy? So when you're going in to do these activities, you are giving the energy that you want to attract into your life. Okay. So those two questions, if you get nothing out of the rest of this training, write those down. What is my action on a scale of 1 to 10? What is my energy on a scale of 1 to 10? And look at that and ask yourself better questions. What can I do to level up my action? What can I do to level up my energy? You are all so powerful. You have everything within you at this very moment to explode your business this year. Everything within you. The only thing stopping you is you. And if you get these things right, you have action and energy. You're bringing both of those things. You can accomplish things beyond your wildest dreams. Seriously. So I didn't get to go into all of it, but I come from so when my aunt passed away, my cousins, no one could pay for her funeral. And I called them, or we were together. We went into the hospital together, and I called them the next day and I said, you need to call the hospital and let them know where to bring her body. I've done my research here, a couple funeral homes, and I will cover it all. And in my family, you know, growing up, my mom I was on reduced lunch. Like, we didn't have any income. And I've been able to invest in real estate, which was always a dream of mine, using my Beachbody income. And now we've created additional streams of income. We own, I don't know, 6 or 7 houses. I can't keep it straight. And we are looking to buy another house so that we can move my mom into this house so we can help retire her. She doesn't have any money for retirement. So there's lots of things of why this business is such a huge gift. And all of the things that I wanted for my life, I never knew were possible, but I actually started creating this vision of what I wanted when I was 16 years old. And I remembered it one day, I was like, wow, they say, like, if you have a vision for your life, like, you'll actually move in the direction of that, even if you're not realizing it, just by visualizing it. And one of my visualizations that started when I was 16 was I wanted a cabin in Tahoe. We now own 2, and we're looking to purchase a 3rd one. And yeah, and it's so crazy because when it happened, when we used Beachbody's income and invested in that, I took a step back and I was like, wait, this wasn't just like a 5-year vision. This is something I envisioned when I was 16. So the things that you're thinking in your mind right now, like the life that you want to live, if you can visualize it, you can make it happen. But you need these 2 things. You need action and energy, and you can always level those things up. And when you, instead of like staying stuck, right? On Sunday, I could have stayed stuck. I could have stayed with sucky energy, but I knew that my best self wants to make a difference in my family's life. My best self wants them to take care of their health. When I am in the best mood and have the best energy and I've been super productive for the day and I feel so great, like my best self would be like, let's do this, let's go work out. That morning was not feeling it, right? Just didn't feel it, but I changed that. We are that powerful, and it's not going to be perfect, and it takes a lot of work. But that is, okay, now I'm going to get into my stuff. Okay, so number 1, I have 3 main points for you tonight. Number 1, super simple, and you're going to be like, why did you bring her on the call for this? Commit to your vitals for 90 days. I see a lot of action of 4, 6, 4, 5, 5. I want you to, if you do nothing, if you walk away, Commit to your vitals for 90 days, check in with me in 90 days, and tell me that you did them every single day for 90 days. And the reason is this. Who has finished a program? Insanity or Blend? Y'all raise your hand. I love it. Post which ones have you finished and how did you feel? Start to finish, following the program to a T. How did you feel when you finished it? On top of the world. Yeah. Accomplished. Like I could kick some booty. Proud. Yeah. So you all can feel on top of the world and accomplished, and that you can kick some booty and amazing and proud in your business every single day. Every single day. You can feel that same way. And it really starts with the commitment of not putting those activities, those vital activities on the back burner. Because those things add up to that big vision that you have for your life. And in the moment, it looks unsexy. So something I do on top of making sure that I'm starting my day with great energy by doing a stories, I bring better energy to my day and I do my workout. The other thing that I do is I write down my vision and my goals every single day. And do you know there was a time in my business when I stopped doing that? And I was stuck for like a couple years. And then one day I was like, wait, oh my gosh, that sounds so simple, but I used to write it out. I had my top 10 goals for the year and I'd write them out every day. And I didn't copy them. I would just write them out and get really excited about them. And if I wasn't feeling the energy, I would go like search Zillow and find like a dream house and be like, we're buying this. Oh, here's a rental property. We're buying this. Like I would just start putting it all together. I had Excel spreadsheets of all the things that we were going to do. So I would really feel that vision of where I was going so that there was a connection to those invites. There was a connection to those follow-ups. It wasn't me just doing it to check it off of a list. There was intention behind it because I know what it's like to struggle. I know what it's like to want to end your life. And if it weren't for my mom and grandma, I probably would have done it. And it literally, when I called my mom when I was in college and I said, Mom, I want to end my life, I said, I won't do it. And the only reason I didn't is because as a child, when my dad left, I heard her cry herself to sleep every night. And I never wanted to be the cause of that. I never wanted to be the cause of that. But I had always been a happy child, very, very happy. And I had no idea why I couldn't find happiness. And looking back now that I know all this stuff about fitness and nutrition and have been consistent in that journey for 15 years, it was because I was starving my brain. Our nutrition programs matter not for how you look, but because my brain health sucked because of the fuel I was feeding my body every single day. So those 90 days of committing to your vitals, that's committing to your nutrition plan, that's committing to your workouts, that's committing to doing those activities. If we get off tonight and those things aren't done, you get them done before you go to bed. You will wake up with so much more confidence. Like I said, every decision we make helps or hurts our confidence. You go to bed without having them done, you've decreased your confidence account. You've also decreased your confidence that you're going to take the action to make those goals happen. I don't want that for you. You don't want that for you. So every decision you make, ask yourself, am I hurting or helping my confidence? What do I want in this moment? The thing is I want you all to follow up with me in 90 days. And I've only had 2 people ever do this when I share this thing of committing to your vitals, 2 people. If you follow up with me in 90 days, I will send you a gift. If you follow with me in 90 days and say, Kristi, I finished my vitals. I did them every single day. I sent my invites every single day. I did my follow-ups every single day. I will send you a gift. And I don't actually, I do bulk stuff. So I bulk follow up. So if that's you, if you're like, I'm going to do 100 follow-ups for the week instead of 10 a day, that's okay. But on a weekly average, you are getting in your goals, your action goals to make your bigger goals happen. Okay, so that one was boring. I know 5% of your business is your vitals and you're like 5%. Yes, 5% is your vitals. The other 95% is you. And that's going to bring us to number 2, leading yourself. The goal of our job, the goal of this business is to inspire others to take action on their goals, right? It's by using our own journey and going after our own and showing them what's possible. So you are the 95% that's you is you becoming the brightest, sexiest, shiniest version of you. That's what it is. That's the 95%. And you're like, okay, that's cool, Kristi. What do I do with that? The thing is when I think of this, like I thought when I started this business, I take action. I got this. Like I rocked the action. But my results weren't as great as other people's, right? Like 400 invites, 3 yeses, kind of sucky. You guys all probably have better results than I do when it comes to those activities. My invites were really, really, really horrible. I wanted Superstar Diamond my first year. It didn't happen. Like I was very naive. I thought everybody would get to Diamond in 60 days and they didn't. And so year 1, I was a 1-star Diamond, not a Superstar Diamond. But the thing that I realized is I used to get stuck in struggle. This is probably the biggest lesson of my business. I would get stuck in struggle and be like, why is this happening to me? Why did this person build their business? Why did it not show up? Why I posted this and nobody liked it? And all of those thoughts were stealing from my next level. All of those thoughts. When you're like, I'm not as cool as her, my posts aren't as good as hers, those thoughts are taking time from you going and taking action on the goals and dreams you have for your life. They are. And so now when struggle comes my way, it's easier. It is. Processing struggle in the beginning is really hard. They don't teach us that in school. They don't teach us personal development. It's why you can't cross off personal development off your vitals. You should be doing it. But personal development and action go hand in hand. See, what I see a lot of people doing is like they just do personal development. And I don't know if I can stand up, but let's see, this darn chair. If you're just, you could kind of see my legs. If you're just doing personal development, you're just going to go in a circle. And this is what a lot of people do. I need more personal development. See, and if they just take action, this is my left leg, this is action, you're just going to go in a circle. It's really important that your action, personal development, action, personal development. And sorry, I couldn't back up far enough so you guys could fully see it. But a lot of times people either want to do all the personal development to get out of their struggle or take all the action to get out of their struggle. And it's a combination of both. And so when a struggle comes my way, I get really excited about it now. And that's hard in the beginning, guys. But when a struggle comes your way, if you take a step back, and what I do when I have a struggle or something that frustrates me is I write it down and then I say, what is the solution? What is this trying to teach me? What is the advantage? How am I going to grow through this? A few years back, when I lost 5-star, right? When I lost 5-star Diamond, I cried. I cried for like 24 hours. I'll never get that 24 hours back. And the reason why it hurt so bad was I actually just left my full-time job and I was counting on that 5-star Diamond bonus. And I lost it on the very last day of the 6th week of qualification. I needed that bonus. And I was like, we just bought a house. I just left my full-time job. We just took a pay cut from me leaving my job. How am I going to pay this? Like, I was so stressed. And my husband looked at me and he's like, it's okay. You're going to be okay. We're going to be fine. Like, we're here. We're alive. We're good. But this isn't getting you there. You'll get back there, but not like this. And when you get there, it'll be stronger and more stable, and you'll have more experience and more knowledge, and it's happening for you. And that's a really hard thing. So the other thing is, what are you avoiding in your business right now? What are you avoiding? Are you avoiding inviting to coaching? Are you avoiding posting or talking about coaching and what the benefits have been for you? Are you avoiding inviting? Are you avoiding following up? Are you avoiding posting about your fitness journey? I mean, I don't know what that is for you, but whatever you're avoiding, that's your next level. And when you figure that out, you will feel amazing. You will feel a burst of energy. You will feel confident. So this isn't about you being perfect. I don't want anyone to think this is about you being perfect. It's about taking whatever struggles you have right now in front of you and saying, what am I going to do to get over these? And the best part about coaching, you have a whole team of amazing women and maybe some men right here in front of you that you can say, hey guys, this is what I'm struggling with. What have you guys done to overcome it? That's a very different mindset than this is what I'm struggling with. I'm not accomplishing my goals. No one wants to be a part of that. Everybody knows how to stay stuck there. So that is our job, is to become the brightest, sexiest, shiniest version of ourselves. Go on that journey, allow it to be messy, allow it to be uncomfortable, have fun with it, because as you figure those things out, brings us to number 3, you get to mentor others. This business is really that simple, but we make it complicated because we think we have to have the perfect photo, the perfect post, the perfect story, instead of just taking action imperfectly. Guys, I even look around now, I'm 9.5 years into this, almost 10 years, 8-time elite coach, 1-time premier, millions club, all these fancy titles. And most of the coaches that are superstar diamonds at the level have insane ideas, and that's super cool. And they get like thousands of likes. I don't. It's the consistency. It's the consistency to being on my own journey and letting me build this business in a way that brings joy for me. Right? So when it comes to mentoring others, it doesn't mean that you need to be a superstar diamond coach to mentor anyone. You just need to be one day ahead of them. That's it. You enroll today, you showed up to this team training, you already have more knowledge than the person that you enroll tomorrow. Because you say, guys, I'm committing to my vital behaviors. I have my business activity tracker, and you just share with them what you're doing. That's it. There's nothing fancy about this. When it comes to mentoring others, you just have to be willing to go first. That's it. So I didn't know that by building my business, I was becoming a leader. A lot of people are afraid I'm not a leader, so I can't grow my coaching team. I, on the other hand, I'm very finance oriented because that's my background is finance. And so I said, retail business or residual income business? I want the residual income. I'm going to build a team. And I had no idea that that meant like, oh, I'm supposed to mentor these people. I didn't even worry about it. Never read a leadership book, didn't know how to be a leader, but I did, and you all do. It's just showing up and taking action on the goals that you said you wanted to accomplish. Be the person that does what you say you're going to do. Because most people out there talk, but don't walk. And you have to be the opposite. And that's all you need to do to be inspiring. That's it. That's it. And I know this is really simple, and I'll answer any questions you guys have, but it really comes down to your mindset that stops you from getting to the next level. So whatever junk happened in 2020, there's a lot. 2021 is going to keep throwing it at us. I will tell you, life will continue to happen to you if you let it. But you can choose to use the things that happen to you to your advantage. Going back to the loss of my aunt. I grew up with my aunt. She was a babysitter. And then when my uncle passed away and my dad left, my mom and my aunt moved us and my cousins in together. So I actually grew up with her. Not just like aunt, like my cousins are like my brothers. And so, when she passed away on the day after Christmas on the 26th, I didn't really know. Like I've had a lot of things happen in my business, lots of struggles thrown my way. And I've learned to just look at them like, this is so cool because I'm going to figure this out. And people think I'm inspiring because I figure it out. And it's just because I don't know how to give up. And I said I was going to. So, and I don't like being stuck. I don't like problems. I want the solution. But I didn't know I had to lead a team training on Monday, and they didn't think I was going to get on. And I showed up, and all I did was share my story. I shared, there was guilt. There was a lot of guilt that I didn't try harder to help her with her health. And by sharing that, my team was like, I'm going to get off this Zoom and I'm going to go invite my family because I haven't asked them either. Guys, all I did was show up imperfectly, tears, a mess and all. That's it. It's that simple, and it inspired them to go do something that we all should be doing. We all should be going out there wanting health and happiness for our family. And I want that, but I invite a stranger more times than I had ever invited my aunt. And there was guilt around that. And so instead of staying stuck in that guilt, I used all my personal development. I used all of the business development over the last, 9.5 years. And I said, okay, guilt isn't serving me. Guilt isn't going to bring her back, but what can I do differently going forward? Instead of feeling the guilt, how can I use that as inspiration to become better? Because I'm imperfect and I don't have to be perfect, but I definitely want to work so that I don't feel that guilt again. And helping my cousins is part of that. They're twins. They're both unhealthy. The one is married and his wife is unhealthy. And so I've kept that commitment, and that brings inspiration. And now as I share that with my team, they're inspired. They're like, I want to help my family too. And the other thing that I shared with that was, being able to help my family with final expenses and help them with the memorial. When my grandfather passed away, my second month in coaching, I had to leave. I didn't get to be there for my family. I had to rush back to work because I didn't have any vacation time. I didn't have bereavement because it wasn't an immediate family member. And I was like, never again is a boss going to control that I have to choose between a paycheck and being there for my family. And so when I got on that Zoom on Monday, I shared that. I didn't have to choose. This whole week, that whole week after her death, was all about my family. Every single day. I worked my business. I still got up and did, because I'm a person of action, got up and I knew I'd feel better just being a little productive. And so I would do a little bit of work for an hour, 2 hours, get my power hours done. And it's nothing but the commitment to my family the rest of the time. I made that decision 9.5 years ago that no boss would ever have control over that again. And I showed up every single day to make it happen. And I did. And this time, not what I wanted, but I was able to be there, right? And that's how we inspire people. It's not through perfection. It's not through trying to be like someone else. It's through using your story and the things that you're going through in life and sharing how you're overcoming those. All right, guys. The last thing, so those were 3 things, right? First one was commit to your vitals for 90 days, follow up with me. 2, become the best, brightest, shiniest version of you. What are you avoiding? What are you avoiding? That's your next level. Figure it out. Whatever obstacles are coming your way, they're happening for you. Like, I'm sure you guys have heard this. Your adversity is your advantage. If you haven't read the book, The Obstacle is the Way, it's incredible. But you'll notice any successful person has so many things thrown their way. It's just figuring it out one step at a time. You have a team, lean into them, ask them. You don't have to go alone. That's the best part. I wouldn't know how to figure all this out. I just ask other people. I am the best thief you have ever met. Like, that's all I do in Beachbody. I'm so glad everybody's here because we have incredible leaders and they are so open and share everything that they do. And then I take it and tweak it and make it fit me. And that's how I built my business, is by becoming a really great thief. And the last thing is mentor others. You all care about helping other people. And it's just, you can't do it for them. That's the thing. Sometimes we try to pull people along. You can't do it for people. You want people to be inspired to take action on their goals and their dreams for their life. You keep living yours.
So I say this they say, oh, I'm mind blown. Like, my heart is blown, right now. This spoke to me so much. I can't even, I've got pages of notes here. And I'm thinking to myself, I have a lot of work to do. Were you guys thinking the same thing? But that's good. That's good. And I am all right, I'm ready to take action. And I agree with the whole action energy. Some days I take action, but my energy is not there. What else, ladies?
He goes, I love when I figure out crap I'm really bad at. When you're like, oh my gosh, I've been sucking at that. That's so cool. I get to improve there. That's my next level. And I'm like so pumped about it. People think I'm crazy. But it really is like, be excited. Don't beat yourself up for not knowing everything or not being perfect or not having it all together. Those are the things that make you relatable.
Yeah.
Those are the things people are going to enroll with you. I have so many of my 5-star diamond and above coaches that are like, Kristi, because you're so imperfect on social media and you never like needed fancy photos, like I know I can do it too. You're like, I don't have time. I got 5 kids and a job, and like I can do it because you can do it. Right? So you don't have to be like anybody else, because all your stuff that you're going through, other people need to see you going through that so they know they can do it.
Absolutely. I am deeply sorry to hear about your aunt. Really. That is just, I'm so sorry. But like you said, it's happening for you, not to you. And it's like crazy to think that. But again, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I feel like we've all been affected by COVID. It's been a year.
Well, and one of the really cool things, I mean, it's definitely grief is hard, and having to process it is hard, but because of just Beachbody and the community that we have and lean into, I don't remember which coach, some leader reached out to me and was like, I'm so sorry. Here's a podcast on grief that I listened to that really helped me when I lost my mom. And I was like, oh my, thank you so much. So I listened to it. I sent it to my mom, like her sister. She spends like 5 days a week with my aunt. So it, it's a big loss for her. And my mom's never listened to a podcast, you guys. She didn't even have a computer. And she listened to it. She goes, I listened to it twice, Kristi. It says we have to, what did she say? We have to celebrate the time that we got with her. And she goes, I was blessed to have 62 years with her. And I was, I know, Mom. I'm going to start crying now. I was blessed to have 35 years with her. And I don't want to have to remember her in her death, like walking into that hospital room. I want to remember the 35 years I had her. And, I had another friend reach out to me, and she's not a coach. She doesn't have this network. And she's 7 years in to losing her mom, and she's still grieving every day and hasn't been able to process it. And not that grief, everyone grieves differently, but I definitely believe, I was sharing with the team on Monday, that without personal development, I wouldn't have been able to think of it differently. I wouldn't have been able to look at it and be like, okay, yes, I can grieve and cry and have breakdowns and be really pissed off. I was really pissed off. But I also don't have to stay there, because that's not honoring her. And another thing is, I've seen people that have things like that happen and they put their business on the back burner. Like, no, this is the gift, and I should have offered it more to her. She actually did at one point use Shakeology and had lost over 100 pounds, and then just stopped and gained it all back. And I didn't try again. And another friend said to me, another coach was like, Kristi better than anyone. We can only control our actions, not anyone else's. And I was like, yep, I can't control what anyone does except for myself. I can control the action I take. I can control how I react to things. Even if at times we feel like we can't, we can. Like, we can control taking action. We can control our energy. It's just learning how to do those things. And so I still cry, but now I can see the memories and the blessings and the gratitude. Like, how many people lose a child when, I have a coach on my team. She lost her son when he was 2, and she only got 2 years. Like, I got 35 years. Like, that, what a blessing. Right. And so there's always blessings in all of it. And I think it's really inspired my team to do more with their families.
Mhm.
Like we invite everyone on social media we don't know, but I think we shy away sometimes from the people we care about the most.
That brings up a really valid point. Like that was completely like, oh my gosh, you're right. Oh my God. Like I'm exhausted in a good way. You know how you can like, you take it all in and you're like, okay, I got all this stuff. And now I'm like, okay, take a deep breath. Ladies, who wants to do the 90-day challenge with me? Okay. All right, cool. I'll post something tomorrow and how we can like keep each other accountable and how we can keep track of everything. And Kristi, you're going to hear from us in 90 days because you bring up a good point that you finished a workout program. Why wouldn't you finish your job at the end of the day? It's true. I mean, it's good for your health. It's good for your mind. It's good for your business. It's good for your family. I mean, it all falls into place. So that, yeah, all these.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say, I always think at the end of the day, if you were an employee, would you have been hired or fired that day?
Mm-hmm.
Would you have been hired or fired that day?
Yeah.
And so when I started this business, like I'm going to treat it like I would a job. People always say treat it like a business. I had built a business before. None of my coaches had built a business before. We don't know what that means. We know what it's like to go to a job. So if I was going to go to a job every single day and build someone else's dreams, why wasn't I going to go to a job to build my own? So
Yes.
I treat it like a job.
Yes. And it's true.
I'm stealing that quote right now.
I know.
You get hired or fired today. I would get fired today.
Mm-hmm.
No, because you're going to shut down and go do your vitals.
That's true. They're going to rehire me back.
Yeah, don't hire yourself back. So what I sometimes fall into, my mindset, I'll be like, well, I've already hit Success Club for the month. And then I'm like, I can sit and watch a show, or I can maybe take a nap, or and then I start to tell those stupid ass lies. And I'm like, no, this is not what I signed up for. I'm not mediocre. Like I'm here to do, I write in my vision book every single morning. So like, here I am, I have the energy, but then I'm like, well, and my mindset creeps back in. So I really need to train my brain to tell it to, do that. So, and to shift it in a different way.
So I love that you said that, because the reason I start the call with that, with the 90 days, is because I have a coach, and she's a 5 or 6 star diamond. And she's like, I want to make more money. Like we were on a Zoom and she's like, one-on-one, she's like, I want to make more money. And I was like, oh, okay. Have you been consistent with your vitals for 90 days? And she's like, what? And I was like, yeah. Have you? She goes, no, like 2 weeks. I earned Success Club when I pull off the gas. And I was like, there you go. There's your next level. Like, go commit to 90 days. And she did. She increased her income. And I had no idea. Like, I didn't know that this was such a pivotal point in her business. And then like 3 years later, she was leading a team training, and she goes, so I'm going to start this with what Kristi told me years ago. And she started it with that. I was like, oh, that's brilliant. I'm stealing it back.
Oh my gosh. Well, when you said that, I was like, so does she mean Sundays too? Like already, like I'm trying to talk myself out of it. How many of you did that? When you're like 90 days, but think about when you signed up with a challenge pack and someone said, you can't drink wine for 21 days or whatever it is, where you like, oh, 21 days. What if I have one glass of, like it starts to like creep in, and really you guys, we can do these things. We can do hard things. Think about all the struggles that we've gone through. And this is not actually a struggle at all. This is a blessing. So yeah, I love that. I love it. I'm so down for the 90-day challenge.
Well, and just think about it, 52 weeks. So if you're taking Saturday, Sunday off, that's what, 104 days?
I don't know, you're really good at math. That makes sense. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. 104 days. 104 days that everybody else that's showing up for 90 days in a row is planting seeds.
Yeah. And that's all you need to do is plant seeds. my hardest thing is following up. Like that is my least favorite thing to do. And that's like where the magic happens. Don't ask. I need to get over it.
No, but that's great because now that you said that, that's your next level.
Yeah.
That's the thing you're avoiding, right? So a lot of times when I'm avoiding something, it's like, okay, create a system around that. So I'm going to share with you that I was really bad at follow-up as well. Which is why, 400 invites, only 3 said yes. Well, I think I was probably like year 5, and I don't know, Shailene Johnson said something on a podcast. And so I created an email list and I started putting everyone that really wanted more info, that was super interested, in an email list so that I could send a bulk follow-up. I still do personal follow-ups to the ones that are really warm potentials that have said yes. Like I have a little hot list every month. So I go back to my hot list from last January and last February and like can follow up with all those people, but I also do a bulk follow-up. So I started creating a list that way to do it. So anytime I'm avoiding something, it's usually because I don't have a system for it.
You're so right. You just hit it right on the head. And right before you said system, I was like, it's because I have no system for it. And I do, but I feel like it's not effective. So I'm going to have to be a thief like you and ask you what your system is. Like I'll have to message you and ask you like what you send or as your follow-up, because I feel like mine isn't effective.
Oh yeah, I'll share it. Hold on. It's real basic. Something you'll learn about me. I'm like super direct and to the point and everything's pretty basic.
I've been learning like that's the way to do it too. Instead of sending out like these long messages, like, do you guys ever get messages in your inbox? I know you have, like from other direct sales, and it's like, one is try da 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 da, and you're like, nope. Like, so imagine how they feel when we send these long messages. So
can we all just tell Maggie that she clearly is not bad at follow-up since we're all sitting on this call right now? Like, girl, I would not be here if you were all been like, you're good at follow-ups.
Oh, thank you. But you know how you always feel like you could do better?
Yeah, totally. But I'm like, we're all here because of you.
Aw, you're sweet. Thanks, babe.
That's my follow-up in the chat.
Oh, perfect. I'm totally stealing it. Oh my gosh, that's so easy. Simple.
So simple. And you know what? It gets the best response. A lot of times people are like, oh my gosh, I was going to order yesterday, but I've gotten busy, but I'll do it by Friday. I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't ask that, but cool.
Yeah. I was on a call with another like a training call, and she just said, sometimes I see that they followed or they saw the message, and I'll just say, hey, have you happened to see my message? And she'll point the arrow up. And sometimes they are like, oh my God, yes. Because I mean, think about how many times you looked at a message while you were driving or you never got back to them. It's just kind of like waking them up again. So, all right, ladies, I know we're at the hour mark, but anyone want to unmute themselves and just share anything that is on your heart right now? I mean, Kristi, again, I'm so sorry about your aunt. That is just devastating, really.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, like, I see you showing up and I know you're hurting, and I just wanted to send love and light because I see it.
Yeah, I told everybody to follow you and stalk you before the calls.
Yeah, usually I have even better energy on calls and like more put together brain-wise, but my brain is kind of fried.
No, I think you did amazing. And you guys, like, you're going to have to send me energy and light tomorrow because I'm going to be on Kristi's team call tomorrow.
You'll do awesome. You'll do incredible. They listen to everyone. No, they listen to me. I'm just teasing, but it's like a parent where someone else says it and like, that's amazing. Mm-hmm. Like, I just get guest speakers. So they can learn.
And everybody has a different story and everyone can relate to a story differently. So yeah, I agree. But I'm excited to pour into your team tomorrow too. Okay, well, ladies, I recorded this call and this is something I will definitely have on repeat. So I will post in the team page tomorrow. I just want to say, Kristi, thank you again for doing this. With everything that's going on. I appreciate it. You guys will meet, right? Hopefully one day.
Yeah. 2022.
I know. I'm trying to stay positive. So,
The way I'm thinking of it is because I'm not traveling, I am just pouring in and exploding my business and helping a lot of people. So the next time we can travel, it's going to be an incredible party because we all will be so excited to see each other and we'll have saved up for a really incredible trip.
I know. I cannot wait for that moment. And I'm writing that in my vision, like, book every morning about that. So, all right, ladies, we will see you all later. And thanks for showing up. Thanks again, Kristi. And I hope you guys all have a great night. And I hope you take away a lot of information from tonight and apply it in your businesses. Love you.